So, what adventures are we off to today? Well, so I haven't posted anything in a little bit, so I guess we should get up to speed. The Ryker has had a VSS fault for like over a month now, and I called up my mechanic, which is shop, which is in Jersey Shore Power Sports, and I described to him what the situation was. I do have the extended warranty. Hopefully that works, because I don't know yet. But so I was coming around a turn. Actually, it's the one that's right in front of me, but coming the other way. And I know I didn't have my foot on the brake, so let's get that out of the way. And I'm making a very hard left-hand turn, and halfway through the turn, bing, VSS fault. Went into limp mode. You know, it was that turn right over on that side of the highway. And not for nothing, the Ryker was acting kind of twitchy for a little bit. You know, it's subtle, but you'd take turns. If they were a little too hard, you'd get this, like, it felt like a little shimmy that wasn't there before. And from what I've been reading and researching in you know, the forums and everyone else, basically it comes down to there's a little, after a while, the original yaw rate sensor, I believe it is, the thing that connects it to the steering gets worn out, and the bearings aren't press fit, so there's some built-in play into those, yada yada yada. All those things conspire to send bad signals to the computer, and you know, it starts hitting the anti-locks, and you know, it goes into protection mode when it's not needed. What causes it? I don't want to say faulty manufacturing. I would just say more of a poor design. I'm not going to say it's uncommon, but not everyone gets it. And you know, given where these components are actually located, in my mind, and this is just my opinion, I happen to think that if you have real shitty roads and you drive really aggressive or mildly aggressive on really bad roads, you're going to get the fault. It's going to wear that component out a lot faster. I know a lot of new Ryker riders, and I was one of them. You know, you like to cover the brake, and you know, you give it beans and you get to give it brake at the same time. It's because you don't have that muscle memory of roll off, press on, and you know, you'll get the limp mode that way too. Now, here's the bizarre thing. So, I have the code. It's in VSS. It's in limp mode. All that shit. So, like I said, I make arrangements to get my ass to the dealer to have him fix it. I tell him to order the part. I know what the kit number is. I give him the kit number. And it's the day before BRP got hit with that cyber attack and shut down all their electronic shit. So I had to wait, not for the part to come in, but for their systems to come back online, so that the part could actually, I don't know, be processed or be shipped. So it was like, I would say about a week ago, I get the phone call that the part's in, and there we go. Now you might be wondering, how am I going to pick up my Ryker if I'm on my Spyder? Well, this Spyder is not without its faults as well. Just for shits and giggles, I'm not a very strong believer in them, but you know, for whatever reason, I changed the end links on the sway bar. like I said, I'm not a strong proponent of them making a big difference, but I did it anyway. So, you know, a couple of months after that, I go to back and for some reason I'm out there looking. My sway bar has shifted over a good two inches. So basically, where the sway bar bends is against the bushings. It's not supposed to be there, obviously. So that was probably something I could have fixed on my own. I would have had to loosen the bolts. You know, I have to get the thing up on ramps or jack stands. Undo some bolts, because I think it's basically have to loosen it, you know, recenter the thing and then tighten it back up. Now that being said, I am a very strong proponent of changing the sway bar. I do think that makes a world of difference. So I bought a Baja Ron sway bar, and so what I'm going to do is, when I get to the shop, I'm going to drop this off, have them swap out the sway bar, and I'll bring the Ryker home. You know, because I haven't ridden that in a while, and I miss it. And I have no big trips planned anytime soon, necessitating the bagger. Excuse me. So, you know, and then my wife is on one of those wackadoo fucking post-COVID bullshit fucking roll. You know, 3 days on, 2 days at home, work schedule, whatever. So, you know, today happens to be the day that she's at work, but she should be free at the end of the week. And I'll talk to Matt over here at Jersey Shore Power Sports and see if they can get this work done by then, so I could pick it up. You know, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, haven't had my Ryker in a while, and you could tell something was messed up, because while I was riding around the island, because I don't need to go 70 miles an hour to go, you know, to go walk in the park or something like that. So I would hop on the Ryker and I'll just drive it in limp mode. Who gives a shit, right? And not for nothing, even in limp mode, which means that the VSS is off, it doesn't work, it felt better. I know, it's bizarre. So obviously, whatever was causing the VSS fault was actually affecting it in normal driving. So when it got shut off, it actually was much improved. It felt much more stable and yada yada yada. It felt more normal. How's that sound? So, you know, that's what else? I don't know if there's anything new. I mean, it's the end of September. Well, okay. I did join a motorcycle club. Nice little international one. So I have to, you know, get a feel for that. Did a group ride with them, a ride out to a memorial out Long Island. So that was pretty cool. I am not used to riding in a formation, and it appears that well, as far as I know, I'm the only trike rider there. So I think I have to adjust to riding with a group of people, you know, because I don't like to drive with people's asses, and that's either in my car or on my trikes or whatever. I don't like it. I don't like being that close to people in front of me. It's the only social distancing I've done is on the road. But when you're riding with a group of people, you know, not for nothing, I don't give a shit if people get in front of me. But when you're riding with a group, you don't want that because there's people behind you maybe. So I have to figure out where my place is. I'm thinking maybe I'll be riding, doing a little tail end Charlie. If I stick to the back of the pack, and only the guy in the back with one guy behind me, I think I'll be all right. It's also, my riding style is I find that sticking to the center of the road is no bueno. You find that the front wheels track the ruts, and you find yourself being shifted left and right against your will. So if you kind of pick a side and put a wheel on the hump, the line and the hump in the center, and put the back wheel in the track, you have a much better ride. But that being said, depends on what lane I'm in, because I don't like driving in the left lane, because around here in New York, and some other places, you have the storm drains they're actually on the road in the left lane, and sometimes in the right lane. So, it is not two wheels, so I can't really nudge it over, or so as you switch from one side to the other, you're going to get thrown from one side to the other. And I just like the freedom of picking my line. When you ride staggered, it's like if you're on the outside, you're supposed to stay on the outside. I mean, you do have wiggle room, but if you feel like being on the inside now, you're screwing everyone up behind you. So no, stay in your lane, as they say. So I'm not going to mention what group this is right now. I'm not going to draw attention to something that without asking their permission. Like I said, I'm new. I have no standing, and I didn't join to make waves or change the world. Now that I'm not working anymore, basically running out with a bunch of other people that ain't working anymore, or at least a large portion of them. So, because let's face it, man, that's if everyone works Monday to Friday and you got weekends off, that's actually pretty good. But if you work Monday to Friday, well, so does your wife. Your kids are probably going to school, or your family members, etc. Everyone in your circle is probably working Monday to Friday, unless you're like me and had one of those odd-ass jobs. So, if that's the case, everyone has to do everything on the weekend. But that's also when you got your chores to do, your responsibilities to take care of. And maybe it's just me, or I'm getting used to it, but it feels like the power steering isn't exactly pulling its own weight. I never had a problem steering these things when they weren't moving, but I'll have them take a look at that as well. It's not fighting me. It just doesn't feel like it's contributing to the mission, as they say. So it definitely feels like it's, it doesn't, like I'm on the highway right now, so it doesn't work on the highway. But when you're parking, it's just like, it took a little more effort than I remember taking. So they're going to look at that. And I always tell them to do a once over, make sure that everything in the trike is on the up and up. But yeah, so that was it. It's going in for a sway bar. Hopefully that I'm not expecting the world to change, but if I get an improvement, I'll get an improvement. Maybe I'll get an improvement just from shifting the goddamn bar back where it's supposed to be. I do like that solid planted feel. I find that the trikes, they do suffer from a little bit of excessive body roll if you're not on top of everything. It's not horrible, but it's there. Yeah. So, now what else is new? Alright, well, I did mention before in one of my videos that I am now officially retired. I am done. My time for the first time in a long time is my own. So, it's a very big adjustment. So, now I don't have kids, so I don't need to get another job right now. You know, if something interesting and fun comes up, okay, but I don't need to work to put food on the table or pay my bills. I'm Gucci. You know. God, I've been watching a lot of these BDR videos, and man, what the hell are you doing? Jeez, don't roll into me. So I've been watching a lot of these BDR videos, and that looks interesting as hell to me. I am not, you know, I drive trikes. I'm not looking to drop knees and rub elbows on the fucking, on the pavement, getting from point A to point B. Those days, like I said before in other videos, those days are behind me. That's why I have a trike and not a Ninja and all this other crap. But while I am the first to say that this trike is 100% capable of doing everything a two-wheeler can do, what I will say is it cannot do this BDR stuff. You don't have the ground clearance. And while I could say that in some instances the trike configuration would be very helpful on a BDR, probably not the majority of the time. You know, if you have to avoid rocks and stuff, a lot easier on two wheels. You know, and what do they say? You know, you got three wheels, you're gonna find every pothole. You're gonna find every pothole on the damn road. So, yeah, you're not gonna take this off road. You know, and you can't shut off the unless you go into limp mode. You can't shut off the traction control. So if your back tire gets in mud or goop or shit like that, you're not going to move. It's because your traction control is going to kick in. Now, whether or not that's off a limp mode, I don't really know. I don't want to find out. But and then on top of that, you take that with the there's a lot of torque in that back tire. You know, when we came back from that ride, I had to go park in a grass lot for the barbecue, and you know, when I left for the day, it's like I just gave this thing a little gas to get it going, and it like spun out the tire on the grass. So I could only imagine what it would do in sand or mud or gravel and all that other shit. So stability, yes, but probably not the best as when it comes to traction. So the funny thing was, it's right on red, right? Don't turn on red. From 9. No, okay, I guess it is. Okay, sorry. New York City does not have right on red for anybody out of New York City, and it's one of those weird things. If you grew up living in New York City, and it's the complete opposite. It's you can not make a right on red unless there's a sign telling you can, and everywhere else you can make a right on red unless the sign says you can't. Yeah, it's I'm not gonna fight it, but it's really weird when you go to other places. You forget and you sit there and people are honking at you like you're an asshole. It's not my fault. It's how I was raised. So, shit, I lost my track of thought. Oh yeah, so the BDR thought. So, funny thing was when I dropped the Ryker off and I had to wait for my wife to come pick me up last week, I went into the showroom and I got on some of those ADV bikes like the Versa 650 and stuff. That was nice. That was very nice. I think that the Versa, I'm like a normal sized guy. I think I'm saying it right. I don't know who the fuck makes it. It doesn't matter. But the 650 was the only one that actually fit me. They had some other stuff there. But I swear to God, it's like, I need a step ladder to get on the damn thing. And that's without the bags and crap on the back. How to do that. Lift my leg up and stick it through here. Okay, fuck that noise. And so if anything, it's like I think that Versa 650 was like I don't want to say perfect. I don't know what perfect is for those things, out of my wheelhouse, but it fit me nicely. Let me put it to you that way. And I think 650 was enough to get my fat ass, where it would have to go. Like I said, I'm not a speed demon. It just has to get my ass up the hill, over the rocks. That's it. I'm not, I don't need to do 90 miles an hour on the highway on top of everything else to get to the off-road. So maybe there is a ADV bike in my future. I don't know. And then I did, they do have the used bikes there too, so I sat on a Indian Scout bobber. Okay, if I was going on two wheels, and I just wanted a two-wheeler, that's it. I sat on the Harleys, not a fan, don't like it. But I sat on that Scout bobber, and no windshield, all black, matte finish. Oh my God, it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. I'm not a big fan of them sculpted ass. What the hell do you call them? Fenders. And I don't want it to go cross country and shit because I got this. So, I guess we're here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that KLR. I sat on that the white Versa right there. Yeah, maybe you can see it. That white Versa. That was the ticket. The KLR, too damn high. It was just too damn high. And then if you drop it, what's the point? Ooh, that's a nice one. Oh, God. Like I said, it's not that I can't afford them. I just am married and she will not let me have them. Shoopy-doopy-doo, where's my baby? Alright. So that was the trip out here. Just gonna cut it off right now.